In our e-connect classes, we have covered already module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, and the module 1 it has been already covered in our theoretical classes in college, but we are going to have it once again because it is going to help you for your repetition purpose, and all these sets will be it is loaded on your YouTube channel. So whenever you want the back references, you can see, and you can do the revision. For that purpose, we are going to have the module 1 and it will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. Okay, so in the module 1 we will be studying regarding the sources, okay, sources of solid waste, types of solid waste, physical and chemical composition of municipal solid waste, then generation rate, numerical problems, then collection of solid waste, okay, by using the different types of services and systems, then equipments will utilize for the collection of these particular waste materials, then the transportation, need of transport operation, transfer stations and transport means and methods, then route optimization techniques, and the solid waste management 2000 rules and its 2016 amendments. So this is what we are going to study in the module 1. Okay, so let's begin with the module 1. Actually this particular soil pollution, it is the part of 10 scheme. Okay, it was in your syllabus, it was a part of 10 scheme syllabus, but many a time it has been observed that in your question paper the regarding soil pollution has been asked many a time. So it is an extra thing that what we are going to study apart from your syllabus in module 1, that is soil pollution. Now what is, first of all, we need to learn what is pollution. Pollution is nothing but in any kind of a pure material, if it is going to be mixed with the foreign material inside it, then we say it as an pollution. Okay, so we will see what is soil pollution. Okay, now if in a soil, if foreign materials such as your toxic compound, chemicals, salts, radioactive material, if it is going to mix with the pure soil, then we call it as an soil pollution. Sometimes we are also going to have some of the plastic material also. Due to plastic material also into the soil, when it is going to be mixed, we will be having n number of problems to it. So this is what the soil pollution is. So we'll first define it. The buildup in soil or the persistence of toxic compounds, chemicals, salts, radioactive material, or disease causing agent which is going to have the adverse impact on human and animal life or the plant growth. Such type of a pollution we are going to call it as an soil pollution. Okay, so this soil pollution is going to create a problem for human being also, plant also, and for the animal also. Now how it is going to have the problem to the human being, impact on animal and impact to the environment, we will be seeing during the environmental impacts of landfill in detail. But before that, we will be seeing what are the different sources of soil pollution. Okay, now in this category we are going to have the industrial waste, urban waste, radioactive waste, modern agricultural practice, then chemical and metallic compounds, then insanitary conditions, acid rain, and mining activity. Now we will first of all we are going to cover regarding the industrial waste. Now, what is this industrial waste? The waste which are going to be liberated from the industries, we call it as an industrial waste. So, what kind of a different waste we are going to generate from the industry? We liberate some of the chemicals, we give the paper and the pulp waste, then oil refineries is going to generate some of the waste, steel plants is going to get waste, then a textile industries is going to give some amount of color, then a different type of a chemical, sugar factories also give wastewater, as well as different types of chemicals will be liberated from from the sugar factories, then tanneries industry and pesticide industry, etc., etc. These are just I have mentioned, but there are n number of industries are there which are directly it is going to liberate some of the waste to the water or to the surrounding soil, and hence it is going to contribute in the soil pollution. Now it is estimated that normally whatever the 50% of raw material what we are going to use in the industry, it is going to be ultimately it is going to be converted into waste, and about 20% of them or whatever the materials we throw is going to be extremely hazardous to the soil. So this is regarding the industrial waste. Now, what are the urban waste? Urban waste are nothing but the waste which is going to be generated from the cities or a municipality, then which is going to be generated from sewage and water treatment plants, septic tanks, then yards. Okay, so these will be considered as the urban waste. In urban waste, we are going to have some of the biodegradable and non-biodegradable material. Biodegradable will be having the food waste, then some of the other type of waste in under the biodegradable. Non-biodegradable, we are having the different types of your ferrous and ferrous type of material, e-waste, rubber, fire. Right, all these and biomedical waste will be are going to have the n number of kind of an urban waste. So when we are going to dispose it to the soil, it is going to create the pollution. Now third one is the radioactive waste. The radioactive waste are the waste which is going to come from the nuclear explosion of nuclear devices, atmospheric fallout from the nuclear dust, and then radioactive material testing laboratories, which is going to have the radium, thorium, titanium, and then elements such as K40, then C14. You will be normally we are going to generate along with the strontium, then KCM, then isotopes of iron, and with these different types of radioactive materials, when we are going to liberate into the soil, it is going to create the huge number of problems, as we have discussed how it is going. We have discussed regarding the leachate and all. So it is going to create these kinds of leachate, and it is going to create the soil pollution. Then the modern agricultural practice. Okay, modern agricultural practice means in order to generate the high amount of crop growth and crop productivity, what we use is we are going to use the chemical based fertilizer, which is having or some of the pesticides, herbicides, weedicides, when we are going to mix with the soil. So when we are going to mix with the soil, and suppose it is having the higher concentration, and when the precipitate is going to occur, then due to the precipitation, what will happen is the water is going to be percolated along with these different kind of a chemical, and ultimately it is going to be stored into the groundwater. And whenever it has to be stored into the groundwater, it has to pass through the pores of soil. When it is going to be passed through the pores of soil, it is going to be mixed with the soil, and hence it is going to create the soil pollution. So this is how we are going to create the problem to the soil by having the different types of chemicals that we are going to use. Then we will be seeing the chemical and metallic pollutants, that is hazardous effluents, which is going to have cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, barium, then lead, manganese, cadmium, arsenic. Okay, these type of waste material, we will be liberating it from the industries. Especially these will come around from the industry. So it is going to create a huge problem, such as it is going to have it is going to disturb the texture of the soil, then porosity of the soil, then permeability of the soil is going to be get affected. So these heavy metals will also getting stored into the groundwater, as well as it is going to affect the minerals which are present in the soil. So this is how your chemical and metallic pollutants are going to disturb the soil conditions. Then insanitary conditions, due to open dumping of the solid waste material, then due to the night soil animal excreta, or if due to, suppose if in the wastewater line, if there is an breakage or leakage is there, then huge amount of water will come, wastewater will come in contact with the surrounding soil, and these wastewater will be having the different elements in it, so it is going to create the problem to the surrounding soil, and it is going to harm the surrounding soil. So this is how the insanitary condition is going to affect. Then acid rain. Now acid rain is what? When the pH of rainwater is becoming around near to the 6, or usually the acid rain will be having the pH of around 5.6. So near to that, whenever we are going to have the rainwater, we call it as an acid rain. So whenever the acid rain is getting in contact with the soil, it turns the soil into acidic nature. So when it is going to turn into acidic, the growth of the plant is going to be get affected due to that, and the pH of the soil is also going to be get affected. Due to that, we are going to have the problems in the productivity of the your plants. It is going to be get affected. So acid rain, how it is going to happen is, it is due to the man-made activity, that is due to the huge amount of air pollution. If more amount of industries are liberating more amount of sulfurous oxides of sulfur, that is we call it as an SOx, if it is going to liberate too much, then we will be having the acid rain. Okay, and then mining activities, in order to extract the mineral from the ore, what we are going to do is, we are going to disturb the soil, we are going to have the mining activity, and due to mining activity also the texture of the soil is going to be get affected. So mining is also going to create some amount of the soil pollution. So these are the different sources of soil pollution. Sources means from where the soil pollution is going to occur. Okay, so we have seen what is the definition of soil pollution, then we have seen what are the different sources. Now we will see what are the impact or the effects of land pollution due to these particular sources. Now we will take the agricultural waste material. Due to the agricultural waste, what is going to happen is, it is going to reduce the soil fertility, it is going to reduce the soil yield, nitrogen fixation will be there, then increased erodibility will be there, impairs it is soil stability, it is going to get disturbed, then larger loss of soil and nutrients which are present in the soil is going to be get affected. So all these things we are going to have due to the soil, due to the agricultural waste, when we are going to liberate it to the soil. Next is the industrial waste, the dangerous chemicals entering into the groundwater, ecological imbalance, then release of pollutant gases, then increased salinity, and the water logging will be there in the surrounding areas. Then we will concentrate now on the different type of impact that is going to occur due to the disposal of the different type of waste on land. When we are going to dump a waste into the soil, it is going to create the soil pollution. Okay, now how we will just see it, how it is going to create the soil pollution. Suppose this solid waste we are going to throw it on a land. Okay, now when precipitate is going to occur, what is going to happen? These particular solid waste will be having some amount of chemicals in it, or some of the ingredients in it. So it is going to produce these particular waste material with when it is going to be mixed with the precipitate. These precipitate or the runoff water, slowly it is going to percolate into the groundwater, okay, or your soil, and it is going to join the groundwater, it is going to mix with the soil. So when again, due to this, the groundwater pollution will also be there, and the soil pollution also will be there. And suppose if you are going to have any kind of trees and all, right, these will extract the elements which are there in the soil, and these will grow. Okay, and suppose if it is going to have some of the heavy metals and all, then whatever the fruits or plants, whatever you are growing from these particular soil, they will be carrying these particular heavy metals to some extent, and that will be eaten by the people then the people, health of the people is also going to be get affected. So this is how the groundwater pollution will be there. And again, suppose if there is an next point is groundwater pollution is over, then surface water pollution. Now suppose here if there is an low altitude is there or slope is there, then here the water may accumulate over here, and whenever the runoff is going to occur, these particular water is going to enter into the surface water body, okay, and it is going to create the surface water pollution. Then it is going to have, when we are going to dispose this on the land, due to the biodegradable nature of it, it is going to produce the bad odor. The pests will be coming on it in search of food, then rodents and all different, then wind blown in a litter around the dump site is also going to create a problem to the people. Then generation of flammable gases is going to occur. If suppose too much of the biodegradable element are there in the solid waste, then they decompose and they produce the methane, which is a flammable gas. Okay, then if suppose by accidentally if some person is in contact with the spark of a fire, then that particular spark will harm the people who are going to live in the surrounding area by catching a fire to that. Then the bird menace. Again, when we are going to throw these solid waste material on a ground, birds will be in fond of your food, and then these, when the bird are going to found in the search of food, suppose if any airport is there in very near to that particular solid waste heap and the birds are flying over it, then it is going to create the problem for the your landing and it is takeoff of the planes. So here also it is going to create a problem by having the bird menace. Then erosion and the stability of the soil is also going to be get affected due to the huge amount of solid waste. Stability of the soil is also going to be get affected when we are going to throw too much amount of solid waste on the land. Then acidity to the surrounding soil. Now suppose if the solid wastes are going to produce some of the biodegradable material, if it is there, then due to the decomposition, as we have talked regarding the leachate is normally it will be acidic in nature, and then it is going to be percolated into the surrounding soil and it is going to create the acidity to the surrounding soil. When the soil is going to become acidic, then it is as it is going to affect the plant growth and it is going to create the problem for the growth of the plants. So this is how your soil pollution is or whenever you are going to throw into the waste into the soil, this is how the soil pollution is going to create some problem to the surrounding soil and groundwater and surround to the surrounding people. Next is just we will repeat the things what we have studied in today's class. We have studied what is soil pollution. Okay, I'll just we will just see it once again. It is the persistence of the toxic elements, salts, mineral, radioactive elements. If it is going to be mixed with the soil, then it is going to create the problem to the human, animal and the plant life, that is soil pollution. Then we have sources. In this we have studied industrial waste, urban waste, radioactive waste, then soil condition, chemical and metallic pollutants, insanitary condition, acid rain, mining activities, all these we have discussed in detail. Then environmental impact, it is going to have groundwater pollution, surface water pollution, bad odor, generation of flammable gas, bird menace, erosion and stability problems to the surrounding soil, then acidity to the surrounding soil. This is how it is going to create a problem. So in today's class we have studied regarding the definition, sources and environmental impact of land pollution. Actually it is not there in your syllabus, it is beyond the syllabus. Whatever we have learned today, it is beyond the syllabus. In tomorrow's class we are going to study regarding the different sources of solid waste and types of the solid waste and its physical and chemical properties. If the time is available to cover physical and chemical properties, we are going to cover the physical and chemical properties also in the next class. So this is what regarding the soil pollution.